How much is the stuff worth in your attic, for example? Thomas Schwenke is one of the best appraisers in Connecticut. He joins us every now and then for our own little version of an Antiques Roadshow, you could say, to see if that old bric-a-brac might fund your kids' education. So welcome, Thomas. Thanks very much. Is it really possible to strike it rich with maybe some lucky find of an antique piece in your attic?
Well, it certainly is, although, you know, my focus today is going to be a little bit different, because for everybody who comes to an appraiser with something and finds out that it's worth $100,000, there are hundreds of people who think they have something that's valuable that turn out that it really isn't. So there's two sides to the story.
Now, I see you've brought in roughly, what, 5 items that we stole from Sam?
I have a few things that typify the things that people could actually buy for, let's say, under $500.
Okay.
Okay. That looking at it from the other side. Now,
okay.
Now I know you had another guess on this. This is an Asian piece. It's a carved wooden brush pot. Now, not toothbrushes.
Okay.
Not toothbrushes, but paintbrushes. The Asians painted, you know, their own calligraphy and their ideographic languages, and they also painted scrolls, and that's what this is. Now, this is 19th century, and something that if someone brought it into us, we would say, well, this would be a nice lot to put in our auction. It'd probably bring $200 or $300. Might bring more.
It looks wooden, but what's it actually made of?
You know, actually, it is wood.
Oh, it is wood, because it's very dense.
No,
it's
it's
very
carved.
heavy.
I mean, you can look at the detail of the carving.
It's beautiful. I
now,
love it.
let's just take as an example, what it's really about, it's not so much about money, it's about history, and it's about society, and about relationships, and what people use these things for. That's really the story behind all these things.
I was going to say, because is there one way that you can explain how you place a value on something?
Well,
like
that's very difficult. It has to do with the rarity, the quality. I mean, for example, if we took this to a wood carver today.
Yeah, to reproduce.
There you go, to
Yeah.
reproduce. I can't imagine what it would cost.
It would be a pretty tall order,
It would
right?
be thousands of dollars to
I would
reproduce
think.
this. You
Yeah,
know? I mean,
there's so
just
much
the
detail.
of the,
Yep.
you know, of it. Now, another Asian piece that I have here. This is Asian porcelain.
You can get that
all
out of the
Now,
way there.
this is a little interesting because you can see, you know, it has a little
crack in the
damage
skull.
crack there.
Yep.
This is in a porcelain pattern that's frequently called rose medallion or famille rose. It's also 19th century. Now you see it has a little lid here, which kind of, you can look at it, even if you're not an expert, it doesn't look the same, does it?
No, it doesn't.
It's a little different
You
color,
mention it, yes.
but it fits. So, you know, somebody found it, used it, this wouldn't have been the lid.
So the
on it.
crack in the lid compromised the value?
It's sure, you know, to a degree, but this object is only, say, $100, $150 value anyway.
Okay.
And
That might buy a couple of college books, and that's about it. Right?
So far, we haven't put anybody through school yet.
Right, right. So true. I don't know what school it would put them through, but anyway.
but you know, these little doggies here,
Yeah.
they're English porcelain. They're Staffordshire. Now, you know, the world has long had a love affair with dogs. And
Of course, yes.
So these also are 19th century, and they were made in England. They come in various sizes, and you know, they range in value from 200 to a few thousand. And these being smaller ones, you know, are at the lower end. Now you can see here there's a little repair, but this is normal.
Veterinary
you know,
work on those paws.
You know, things that, you know, as the Asians say, the glass is meant to be broken.
Well, good
So,
point.
I
And
mean-
the Greeks certainly loved throwing those glasses in the fireplace. But yeah, I mean, because they're 19th century, you said, right?
Yes,
19th?
that's
Yes.
right. So people would use these on a mantle or for decorative purposes.
Okay.
But even look at, you know, the quality of these and the detail in having these things made today.
I don't want to.
Almost impossible.
I don't want to rush these other items, but if we can come back to them in a second. If a viewer thinks they have something of value, whom do they contact?
Well, they contact any expert that they can find who's well recommended. Listen to what the expert says. You know, a lot of people don't take advice well.
Do you do house calls, by the way?
We do house calls, yes, we do. For
All
our
right.
auctions, you know, we have auctions. Actually, some of these things will be in one of our auctions coming up this week, Thursday night, in Woodbury. But what typically happens is we receive a phone call or an email from someone who either has an estate that they have to dispose of, or they have things that they would like to know what the value is. And so they either send us pictures, or if it's an estate, we go look.
Thomas, how do they reach you?
I beg your pardon?
How do they reach you?
They reach us by...
You're not the only one out there, but...
No, we're not, and there are lots of able, you know...
Or if you were to look it up in the yellow pages, what would you look up
Well,
under?
what most people look up on the internet.
Okay, and what would they look up?
They would woodburyauction.com.
That's
Yeah.
easy enough.
Yeah.
All right. Thomas Schwenke, and I'm sorry we don't have more time to get to these items in particular, but we really appreciate this.